Hey Topos, it's Shiipty, and welcome back to the channel for another part of my current household. So hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. We are with Hayden, her daughter Neva, and her baby daddy D. I feel so bad calling him that, but I mean that's what he is, the father of her child rather. But we are here at a cabin because I told you guys in the last part that the family would be going on a vacation, a much needed one, and they do this every year, so it's an annual thing, but this time they decided to switch it up and do a different location. Usually they go to the beach, but their daughter is like, I want to go camping, I want to go fishing, I want to make s'mores. She just wants the simple stuff. And so we are here in this cabin. I'm going to give you guys a tour because this cabin is very sentimental to me and it just means a lot, and I'm so happy I have it in my game now. So this is the exterior of the cabin, and now a quick disclaimer, this cabin was actually inspired by my friend Marcy. She is my friend that actually passed away early on this year, and it meant a lot to me to be able to have something represent her in my game, and something that I would see very, very often, or just whenever I sent my Sims on vacation. It would just make me happy, you know, just that little moment of happiness. But this is her cabin, and fun fact, she actually let me and my husband stay at this cabin. She later turned it into an Airbnb, but before it was just strictly for like her friends and her family. But she let me and my husband stay at this cabin as like a wedding gift for us, or like a honeymoon type of thing. And it was tucked away in the woods around the area that I live in, and I was just so happy and so grateful that she was so considerate enough to just be like, you guys can stay here as long as you want. My husband loved it out there. It was so quiet, there was literally no one around, and it was just really peaceful. Marcy also hosted me and my husband's elopement situation. I call it an elopement, but it really was just a small intimate wedding. And so she did a lot for us, and I'm so grateful for her. And I'm getting emotional, so I'm gonna go ahead and change the speed of things. We're gonna start with the tour. So up here in the front, it is a very dark colored cabin. Marcy's favorite color was black, so this is actually the color of her cabin. If you look out here on the back, you have a fireplace or a fire table, whatever you want to call it, where you and your friends can sit and have a talk. There is a grill back here, as well as some horseshoe and a hot tub. Now Marcy's cabin did not have a hot tub, but I did put this out here for you guys. If you want to use the hot tub, you can. And then here in the back, there is a gravel driveway. If you put this on a bigger lot, you can probably fence it out and make it look a little bit more flowing, because right now it just looks kind of choppy, but we only have so much that we can do. So yeah, this is the driveway with the gravel. Back here you have a back door, so I think I'm gonna start the tour from the back door. Coming through the screen, this is technically like a washroom, mudroom situation. So you have your washer and your dryer if your Sims like bring their laundry and their clothes get dirty. Over here we have a pet food bowl, as well as a pet toy box. So if you bring your cat or your dog, there is somewhere for them to, you know, get what they need. Over here we have a broom and dustpan, and I'm gonna try to put the video up of where I did a tour of this in real life to show you guys like how much this looks like this place. It doesn't look exact, but it's very, very close. My husband came in, and when I was finished building it, he was like, oh, Marcy's cabin. So yeah, it looks a lot like it. This is your kitchen, and this is where the fridge and the stove are. They're on the opposite side. Going through this door here, we are going to be greeted with the main bedroom. I love the color of the wood in here, it's so nice. And then over here we have couples robes, as alongside couples slippers, a vanity, and a wardrobe. Going through this door right here, you are greeted with the bathroom and the shower tub combo. But if your Sim wants to relax a little bit more, I did go ahead and put a jacuzzi tub in here so they can just enjoy themselves. Coming back over to the kitchen, we are going to go into the dining space, and there is a thermostat on the wall, and you can see out onto the patio through these sliding doors. And then this way we actually have another bathroom. This could be like the guest bathroom if you invite somebody to come see you, or if the other person who's staying here, they can use this bathroom. Coming back through this way, this is the living room area. There's a big fireplace, which is the center of attention. There's a stereo, some board games, a guitar, and also a game table. I think that's what they're called, a game table. There is a bar right behind it. We do have these storages. Now that we have wine, I felt like it would be fitting to have this here. And then a bookshelf, a dartboard, and then this room right here is the only room that's kind of different compared to like what the cabin actually had. The cabin had a full-size bed in here, which is where me and my husband stayed, but this is actually a kid's bedroom now, or a single Sims bedroom when you come here. So yeah, this is the cabin. I hope you guys like it. Let me know if you download it. It is on the gallery under Marcy's cabin, and yeah, I just hope it brings you good memories with your Sims just as much as it brought me for me and my husband. But Hayden, Dee, and Neva actually just got here. They haven't even looked at the bedrooms yet, and let me tell you, there's a surprise in the back. I'm sure you guys kind of saw the rose petals on the ground, but we officially know, like we as in Hayden and Dee, we know that this is Hayden's room. I mean, then we know that this is Neva's room, so there's no issue there. But Dee was like, hey, you can go check out the bedroom. I think it's a double bed back there, meaning that he thinks there's 2 single beds. So she's gonna go back here and she's gonna check it out because they wanted Neva to have her own room when they came on this trip. So she's like, okay, Dee, I think it's the door near the kitchen, right? He's like, yeah, that's what she said on the phone. And she's gonna come through here and she's gonna be like, oh my god, rose petals, red sheets on the bed. This is a couple's room. And she's feeling inspired because she's like, did he? Like, she's thinking to herself, oh my gosh. And she's looking at the slippers and the robes on the wall, and she's like, is he gonna try something? Like, her mind is going crazy right now. She's not gonna say anything just yet, but she is so shocked. And coming through here, she's gonna notice that there is a rose. She's like, oh my god, a rose and then 2 robes. And there's also a note and a little gift basket over here. Now, I imagine the note would be from the people who rent the property out, because I'm sure this is like an Airbnb situation. And they're probably like, oh, we hope that you enjoy your stay and, you know, just make the most of it and make happy memories here. And if you need anything, please just reach out to us. And their number and contact information is probably below. But Hayden's like, oh my gosh. She's like, okay, let me actually like freshen myself up really quickly, because in her head she's like, is Dee trying to do something? She doesn't know if things just didn't work out with him and the girl that he was mentioning last episode, but she's like, okay, do I have anything on my face? Do I look okay? I think I'm fine. I think I'm okay. Okay, Hayden, breathe. This is completely normal. It's gonna be okay. But she's gonna do a second look around just to make sure everything's good, because she is under the impression that Dee is trying to get a little bit closer on this trip. He's never done this before, but she's feeling super excited. She is just looking online and seeing if she can find anything on this girl that he was supposedly talking to, and she didn't see anything on social media. So I think that she's going to holler for Dee. Look at her. She's feeling flirty. But before we holler for Dee, let's actually have her use the bathroom. Oh my god. Poor Hayden. She's like, crap. Okay. Let me just go pee really quickly, and then I'll call Dee in here because she's curious. She's like, is he trying to put the moves on me? You look at her. She's feeling flirty. Dee's just out here. He has no idea. And let me tell you guys how he got this room. So when he called the rental place, they have a bunch of cabins here, he called them and she said, what do you need? What do you need? Like, what size is your family? What are you looking for? And he said, oh, it's my daughter, her mother, and myself. And I guess that the woman on the phone made the impression, or the assumption rather, I guess the woman on the phone made the assumption that he and Hayden were together and they were an active family. And so she gave them that cute, cozy room in there, and she's like, oh, they're gonna have so much fun. But Hayden just finished using the bathroom, so I'm gonna have her come out here, and like I said, she's gonna call over Dee and just be like, hey Dee, come here. But he's like, why is this girl calling my name? He is always happy no matter the situation when it involves Hayden. So he's gonna come in here, he's gonna be like, did you put these flowers on the floor? And she's looking down at them like, no, I didn't put the flowers on the floor. And now she's feeling tense because she's having phone issues. But for my storytelling, she's gonna be like, did he not do this? And now she just feels kind of silly for thinking that, but she's gonna go back on social media and check this girl's profile again. I feel like at this point she's become obsessed with the idea of like snooping on them, but I don't know. I mean, she's just in her head. Hopefully she'll get out of it. But yeah, let's actually just try to forget about it, Hayden, and try to calm down. We can hear Neva in the living room and she's like, Mom, I'm hungry. Can we have some s'mores? And Mom's like, no s'mores for dinner. We have to eat real food, okay? I guess that Hayden's gonna prepare a meal. Ooh, we can make waffles in the morning. We're not gonna eat waffles. And in the morning, I'll make waffles. If you guys know where that's from, please let me know. But no, I'm gonna have Hayden actually cook with D, and hopefully this works, because I heard that the cooking option is not working currently, but hopefully it is now. So I'm gonna have her cook some garlic noodles. She's like, hey D, can you come help me? And he doesn't know like what she wants right now, because she is never asking him to cook with her. Oh, she's feeling flirty again. Oh, okay. He's probably like, dang girl, why do you slam the fridge like that? She's like, nothing. D doesn't know what's going on, so he just thinks that she's being funny right now. But the way she's stabbing that onion and cutting those peppers, I don't know if I want to be near her at the moment. But yeah, you do your thing, Hayden. What'd you call me in here for? And she's like, I thought that you put those flowers on the floor, and did you see the bathroom? And he's like, the bathroom? Oh yeah, I gotta go pee. I'll look at it when I go in here. So he's gonna go in here and use the bathroom as well, and then he'll take a look at the roses and the note on the counter in there, because he hasn't seen it. As y'all can see, they had a long car ride, and so he has to pee. But after he's done using the bathroom, he's gonna go take a look over here, and he is gonna see what she was talking about, and he's probably gonna feel a little embarrassed, because he's gonna be like, oh my god, why did that lady do that? But let's get Neva in here, because she's so hungry. She's like, Mom, is the food done? She's like, yeah honey, grab your plate. So Neva's gonna grab her some food really quickly, and I love how you can see the water from the back door and the fish jumping out of the water. Oh, this is so nice. Can they just live here? Can we live here please, Mom? I really like it here. She's like, honey, I wish we could, but they don't allow people to live here. It's strictly a vacation spot. But D just finished, and he finished seeing the note, and a little part of him is feeling happy that Hayden was so excited about this note, and he hasn't become official with the other girl yet. Let me show you guys, because I did show stream, but I haven't showed YouTube. So this is the girl that he's talking to. This is Mina Erickson, I think is how you say it. She's materialistic, self-absorbed, and a little bit of a hothead. She's quite young. I'd say she's maybe 21, 22. And so I feel like she is just, she's dealing with some things, and maybe she hasn't found herself yet, and she's a little immature. But they are sweethearts. They have good compatibility, and he perceives her as basic looking. What does he think of Hayden? I need to see. Oh, so I mean, it's the same thing. Maybe he just, I don't know. But he's like, hey, food's done. She's like, yeah, help yourself. So he's gonna grab a serving of this, but he really is like, he's looking at her and he's smiling, because he can't believe she was so excited about that room. But I'm gonna have Neva talk to her dad, and she's gonna be like, Dad, after we finish eating dinner, can we please make some s'mores? Please, Dad. Like, you want a s'more. Doesn't that sound good? She's like, it's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be like a party. And it looks like Dad's thinking about it. He hasn't decided yet if he wants to cook s'mores or not, because this late in the night and you want sugar. But we are on vacation, Dad, please. And he's like, all right, just go get your mom and get your pajamas on, and we'll go outside, okay? She's like, please, Daddy, please. He's like, I already said yes. Go get dressed. She's like, thank you. So let's get Neva and Hayden in their pajama pants. I think I can use the suitcase. I can. And we are going to get dressed. And oh my gosh, D's like, I guess, let me disinfect this bed. This is me as a parent. I'm like, let me go disinfect the bed. Usually me and my husband just bring our own sheets. But yeah, let's get everybody in their pajama attire. I think that this is D's, so we'll get D in his pajama attire, and then I'm just gonna change Hayden's through the sim options here. So the family is getting down here at the fireplace, and they are going to start roasting marshmallows. And actually, D already roasted his because he did a little testing on the fireplace. So he's already roasted his. So he's just kind of hanging out, watching, and he's wanting seconds, but he's trying to figure out where exactly he can sit down at. Oh my gosh, Hayden, did you burn your mouth? She sure did. She's like, oh my God, that was so hot. Look at Neva over here. She's just having the time of her life with her parents. Let me get screenshots because since this is my current household, I do want to remember this. Oh my gosh, look at D sitting next to his daughter. I love this. They all look so cute. And look at the way that s'mores came out. If you guys are curious, I believe that this is Robasheen's mod. So I will have all links in the description for you guys if you want to try out the s'mores kit, but it's so cute. Look at Neva. She's so happy about the s'mores, and her mom's like, after you finish that, you need to go to bed, okay? She's like, Mom, it's vacation. She's like, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, Neva. If you want to go out with your dad tomorrow and you want to go fishing, you need to go to sleep. She's like, okay. Can Dad tell me a bedtime story though? She's like, of course. I don't know why it looks like they were eating saltine crackers versus like graham crackers, but look at how sweet she is. She's such a good kid. She's picking up all the dishes so her parents don't have to. But Hayden's just telling Dee, hey, can you read Neva a bedtime story? She was asking for you. She thinks that my stories are trash. And he's like, I mean, your stories aren't that bad. She's like, well, thanks. But yeah, she's asking for you if that's okay. And he's like, okay, yeah, I'll read her the bedtime story. She's in there waiting for you now, Dee. So if you could go ahead. Now he's already disinfected the bed, which has me hollering because I can't. I guess that we're gonna have to tell her a story just like through this way, because I think you can only tell toddlers stories, which is interesting. So I'm actually gonna go out here and select it through friendly, and I think that stories is here at the end. Yes, and we're gonna tell her a dramatic story. I hope that works. And he's like, okay, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna stay up? And she's like, yeah, I think I'm actually gonna go and get in the hot tub. He's like, okay, enjoy yourself. He's thinking to himself, I might actually join her, but I can't get him to get in here with her. Let me actually just sit her down. This is not a full-blown LP, so if we do stuff like this, I feel like it's okay. There's going to be some times where I'm trying to figure out what my game's doing, because I don't like to edit these too much, but sometimes I do. So yeah, it might be a little choppy this episode, but he's like, let's go ahead and get in the bed. Okay, I'm gonna read you the story, okay? But Hayden is wasting no time. She's gonna go back into this room and she's gonna change into her swimsuit. They still haven't even talked about like the sleeping situation, guys. They don't know what they're gonna do. But oh, I need more outfit options for Hayden because she just has this one swimsuit with the sunglasses on her head, but I think that this is fine. So she's going to come in here and she is just going to change and get in this hot tub. She's been looking at it since I got here. It's calling her name. So yeah, let's go ahead and hop in and just relax a little bit. Hayden is just out here enjoying herself, playing in the water, feels great. And she hears someone behind her. And guys, it's D. He's like, hey, I'll sit over here. I'll give you some space. And he's like, wow, it's hot in here. You got the temperature up high, don't you? And she's like, yeah, I like it. I like it hot. He's like, oh, yeah. I feel like he's teasing her. He's like, dang, girl, you out here with all these bugs. Like, what are you doing? But maybe we can play a little bit. Can you actually splash up? Not the way she just, like, submerged herself. Goodness. I wonder if he can splash her. Oh, he can't, but let's just move him closer because I feel like he's trying to talk to her. What can we do? We can tickle her. Yeah, like, sure, like let's tickle Hayden. I don't know why he would do that, but you know, it's my game, so I'm just gonna do whatever. She's like, why'd you do that? He's like, I don't know. He's like, I just felt like it. And the mood is changing. They're feeling like they're having this moment between each other, and Hayden's like, I'm sorry, I was silly, and I thought that you decorated that room. And he's like, oh no, no, it's okay. And I feel like she's gonna use this moment to make a joke with him. So do you guys see this chain that he's wearing? He has this chain all the time, and she's like, why do you wear that itty bitty chain all the time? You look kind of silly. And he's like, girl, my grandma gave me this chain. This was my first chain. So I'm gonna keep wearing it. She's like, oh, so your grandma means a lot to you, huh? And Hayden was not around in the era when Dee had his grandma around. She has since then passed away just from old age. And so he's just showing her pictures and telling her about her. And she's like, yeah, she was actually the one who taught me how to drive and everything. I spent a lot of time with my grandma, actually. It's a little bit about Dee and his past, but his parents fell in hard times and they had to move in with his grandmother, and they worked really hard, and eventually they were able to get back on their feet. But Dee spent a lot of time with his grandma because he and his younger brother would come out of school and they'd cook with her. She'd discipline them, and she'd just teach them a whole bunch of just life matters, you know, how to take care of yourself, how to survive out here in the world, and just do things like that. So they're just sitting here chit-chatting about that, and she's like, oh my god, your grandma sounds awesome. But Dee's like, would you like a drink? You want to drink with me? And she's like, yeah, I'll take a drink. So Dee's not like the best bartender or anything, but he knows how to make Hayden's favorite drink. So he's in here making gin and tonic, and he's also making himself an old fashioned. But he's hoping that she'll be patient and she'll wait in the hot tub because it looks like Hayden's getting a little sleepy. But the conversation was flowing. Dee is starting to remember his feelings for Hayden. He's kind of in that headspace where he's out of sight, out of mind, and he's not meaning to forget about the girl back home, but he's not really thinking about her right now. It's not that he wants to cheat or anything, he just kind of, it slipped his mind because his relationship with Mina is actually very fresh and very new. I would say that his romance bar isn't this high with her. I think that it's really her who's like, romance bar is kind of high, but she's also just a girl who moves pretty fast in relationships. She was like this with her last ex-boyfriend, so yeah, he just kind of forgot that she was back home. But I'm gonna plop this in Hayden's inventory and pretend that Donovan brought this out to her, and he's gonna come back over here and get in the hot tub, and they're gonna chill a little bit. Now Hayden is, like I said, she's feeling exhausted, but she's trying to hang on. She's trying to wait for Dee to come back because he said he was going to make them drinks, and she is really wanting this. So let's go ahead. And he's like, hey, I brought you your favorite. And she's like, oh my god, thank you. She's like, how did you make it so good? He's like, girl, I know how to make your favorite drink. And she's like, would you make yourself? He's like, of course, old fashioned, you know, I'm pretty much the same. Now it's realistically 8 a.m, but I don't think that they've been out here this long. I would say they've only been out here for like 45 to an hour. Now the liquor is flowing through their body, and Hayden's feeling a little flirty, and she's like, oh my gosh, let me get closer, I can't hear you from over there. And he's like, hey, can I hold you? You know, like old times, you remember when we just used to cuddle? He's like, you know, I like to cuddle. And she's like, I know you like to cuddle. Hayden's like, I don't know, every time we used to do that, something happened between us, you know? He's like, hey, I wouldn't be mad if something happened between us. And she's like, I don't know, Dee. I mean, it's tempting, but I don't think we can. But he's like, ain't nothing wrong with a little cuddling, like, that's all I want to do. I just want to cuddle. She's like, okay. And she realizes that he kisses her on the forehead, and she's like, did you just kiss me? He's like, oh, I'm sorry. It's a reflex. You know, I used to do it all the time. And she's like, oh my goodness. These two have been having so much fun in the hot tub. And again, I want you guys to disregard the fact that the sun is coming up because the time just moves too fast for me to, it's just the game moves a little too fast. But they're having a good time. I don't even know what to do at this point. She's just sitting here looking at him. He's looking at her, and she's like, hey, we can cuddle in bed if you want to. And he's like, cuddle in bed. I feel like they're both, they're both buzzed. They both kind of aren't thinking. And again, Hayden would never ever like cheat or have an affair, but she also knows that he and this girl aren't official yet. They've just been texting and talking on the phone, and I think that they've only like hung out in person twice. So she's not she's not wrong, but she's not right, there's like that weird line, but he's like, yeah, we can snuggle in bed. Like, they're not going to do anything. They're just going to come in here and they're going to sleep and they're going to end up cuddling. And that's kind of it. Now, I don't know if this is going to be the regular sleep schedule moving forward, because Hayden's going to come back to reality. Like, once this alcohol's out of her system, and look at her, she is drunker than drunk right now. I can't. But once this alcohol comes out of her system and she realizes what exactly she's done, she's gonna be like, oh my god, yeah, no, this can't happen. But I love the fact that they are just, it's harmless. They haven't woohooed, they haven't kissed or anything. They're just snuggling. Hayden and Dee used to do this all the time. I made a little joke in the last episode during a machinima, and I was like, he said something along the lines of, you used to say my bed was comfortable and you used to come over here and sleep in it all the time. And she really did. She thought his bed was the most comfortable bed in the world, and they just used to cuddle, and sometimes things would happen, they'd go a little further than kissing and everything. But yeah, they're just snuggling right now. They're just two drunk individuals snuggling in bed. But I feel like it's already 12 p.m. Oh my god. Well, let's pretend that it's been a few hours, right? Geneva's like, oh my god, where are my parents at? But she's self-sufficient at home. She gets ready. Did somebody leave the fireplace running? It's still burning. I'm glad there was no fire. But she gets herself together in the morning. She's going to take her shower, use the bathroom, and then I feel like she's gonna grab a bowl of cereal or something like that, something simple. She's a kid, but she's not gonna pay any attention to them. And yeah, they're just gonna be in here cuddling and snuggling. I feel like she might be like, she hasn't seen her parents' bedroom, so she's probably going to think that they're in here sleeping in their own bed. But guys, I am going to wrap up this part here. It was so fun, and I am so excited to record the next part for you guys. I don't know how long I'm going to drag out this series. Not even series, but current household. I guess it just depends on how I feel and how you guys are feeling and receiving it. But I hope you guys enjoy this episode nonetheless, and I will talk to you all next time. Bye, everyone.
Beautiful girls are coming, funny girls are real sweet. I don't say these words often, loving you has left me weak. But let's take a walk down a brick road.